We have a guest this week. We have Tim Schafer, the amazing creator of Psychonauts, of Grim Fandango, of Broken Age.
Yeah.
And he's here to talk to us a little bit about comedy. So this will be funny. Whether,
oh man, that's a lot of pressure.
I know, it's guaranteed.
Only in the games.
It's
Only
in the
contract.
games are funny. Tim, what for you when you're coming up with comedy? Is that like an explicit part of the process, or does it happen by accident, or?
It feels like it happens by accident in that you mostly hang out with funny people at work. Everyone
Right.
at work is like
Is there
funny.
a test to be funny to get into Double Fine?
You know, maybe not explicitly, but in the interview process, if someone is like really like, if they don't laugh at our jokes,
Right.
they must not be funny.
Right.
That's a good test. And you know, you brainstorm for puzzles, or when you're designing a game, you brainstorm together, and it's usually a time when maybe it's because you're locked in one room for a long period of time with a lack of oxygen and a lot of snack food. You tend to just laugh a lot, and I think that humor just gets into the games a lot.
So how do you know if something that's a joke that's created in this like very small, airless environment is actually going to be funny for everybody else?
You don't. You sometimes like 2 o'clock in the morning, you're like, you come up with an idea, and you're just, oh, everyone's laughing so hard, and you put it in the game, and then you're playtesting it, and you're waiting for the joke to come out, and then no one laughs at all, and you're like, what that? Oh, that's a terrible joke. Why did that seem so funny? Oh, we're up till 4 in the morning.
Right,
That's
exactly.
Right. That's right.
There's an infinite number of interactions that a player can have with one of your games. And so you as a designer, if you want to tell a joke, like your space of working with is really, really big. How do you prepare or decide which things, like, oh, this would be good for me to interject as a game designer and tell a joke versus like, the system's not going to react in that case.
Yeah, I mean, you really just have a chart of everything that's possible. And you know everything that could be in the player's inventory, and you're working on a specific room, there's a tree, and there's police officers in a car, and a hole in the ground. You're like, okay, for the police officer, here's all the things. They've got 8 things in his inventory, and you're going to use each one, and what can I write for each one of those interactions?
So it's systematic, though.
Yeah.
Because like, actually, you have like a tree that you guys have built, and you test every single, or make sure you've covered every.
Yeah, the testers have to go through and test each one too.
Oh my
gosh. I mean, I don't write something great for each one. Trust me. Like, you know, if you're gonna
do you do all the writing? Do you write everything?
It depends on each. You know, this game, yeah. All other games, you know, get help. Sometimes.
You're like Aaron Sorkin. He writes everything.
Some ways like Aaron Sorkin.
Just stupid. We have a lot of like young game designers that watch the show, and I was curious what advice you might have for them about, you know, how they can find their funny bone.
Oh man. I would say, I mean, the advice we used to give was so different in the old days because it used to be about like getting a job in the games industry.
Right.
And nowadays it's like, it's not about how to get a job. It's just, you can make games yourself.
Everyone
can just do it. They download Unity or Game Maker or Constructor or something that just lets you make a game. You can learn to teach it yourself. You don't have to be a programmer even to make something nowadays. And just make something and share it with other people with your friends on YouTube. And the biggest lesson I ever learned in comedy was to just not be afraid of things that sound stupid. Which sounds strange, like working on Monkey Island, I was writing this dialogue and I wanted to make, you could distract these villagers. And I was like, look behind you, a 3-headed monkey. And I thought, that's so stupid. Obviously, Ron Gilbert, the guy who's making the game, who's the leader of it, is going to come upstairs and he's going to tell me to take that line out. But I'll just write this for now because I can't think of how else to distract this cannibal. And he came up and I was like, I'm going to take that line out. He goes, no, let's leave that. In fact, let's have one of the artists paint a 3-headed monkey behind you. And I was like, really? That's so stupid. Monkeys don't have 3 heads. Right? Because I'm just overthinking the whole thing.
Monkeys are always funny.
And then I forgot the monkeys are always funny rule.
It's a maximum.
And also, the viewer just doesn't care. The viewer's not thinking about whether monkeys have 3 heads or not. They just want to be entertained. So the ideas that seem too stupid are often the funniest ones. And you know, you just can't. You gotta learn to like not censor yourself so much. I mean, don't do anything that will get you arrested or kicked out. Your parents take your computer away or anything like that. But just don't worry about being too ridiculous and stupid.
Thanks so much, Tim. I appreciate you coming by. And if you want to check out more of Tim's games, you can check out the Double Fine website. They're available on Steam, and we'll link to some of them in the description. And you should absolutely play Broken Age. It's great. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
All right.